If you're a guy, you have to add boots to your winter fashion collection. And today we're going to show you why and give you some examples of how to do it. Let's get to it. So today, Darryl is going to show you why and show you some of his classic favorite winter boots. So, why should men add boots to their winter fashion collection?
Well, boots are a fashion accessory that I personally like to have in the fall and winter. Boots also have a nice, elegant look to them as well. So you get the warmth, you get the look, and there's all kinds of different styles of from cowboy boots to half calf boots to leather, suede, and all sorts of colors and designs. So I have a few in my collection. I'd say that are my favorites that I'll talk about today. So let's get to it.
First, we have the cowboy boot.
Alrighty, so this is a classic full-size cowboy boot. It goes beyond the calf all the way up, probably to the top of the calf, the boot. This is a cowboy boot. In fact, that I actually had custom made for me. I was in Dallas, Texas, back in 1994, 95 maybe. So that boot is 29, 30 years old. And I wear it during the fall and winter. So it doesn't get a ton of mileage on it, but it lasts a long time as we can see. And it's super comfortable. Can wear it for 10, 12 hours, except at 3 in the morning in New Orleans. And then that might be kind of late wearing that kind of a boot. But normally it's a boot that we can wear a long time and it's very comfortable. And it's that classic cowboy boot that you can wear with jeans or corduroys in the fall and winter. So I like it. So it is one of my favorite.
Do you recommend any specific length of cowboy boot?
It depends on how far you want to go up your leg. Some guys like to go, some cowboy boots to go kind of half calved and all the way up calved. And also they're also riding boots too that you can wear. And that's typically more if you are, actually going to be riding a horse, so you can get the riding boot. But it's just more about your comfort and what you like and your preference, how far and the length of that particular boot that you might be interested in. And again, it really comes down to comfort too. It is a boot that, for the most part, if you're going to be wearing it on weekends, you may be wearing it for a considerable amount of hours and again, you can wear it even on a Friday into the office and more of a casual Friday type.
I would suspect that nobody's riding horses, so I'm sure this will be picked out for pure fashion. And I notice you do have a decorative design on here. I guess the design depends on your personal style.
Absolutely. The design that you see on the boot is they asked me what kind of design that I want. And I selected that particular design, and they kind of, from the choices you have and I had at the time, I could pick that design. So I think the bootmaker, we'll give the bootmaker some props, and let's just say on the side of the boot or inside the boot there. I think that is a
Dan Post.
Dan Post. And
El Paso?
El Paso, Texas. So yeah, right, made in Texas from Texas.
Now, can these be casual or formal or both? Do you have to pick one?
Yeah, you have to pick one. I would say with that type of boot, I would say definitely casual. I personally haven't worn them with a suit. So I say more the years I've worn them and different outfits and pairings, it's been more on a casual side. Yeah.
So next we have a suede boot from To Boot, New York.
Here's also one of my favorite boots that I wear a lot in the fall and winter from To Boot, or some say To Boot, but it's To Boot, New York. The beauty of the boot is it's a very comfortable, soft suede, light color. So you can pair it with a lighter corduroys or gray or navy slacks with it. It's very comfortable. You can actually dress it up. It's a casual boot, but you can kind of dress it up if you wanted to wear a blazer and some slacks with that. I like it. Super comfortable. To Boot, New York. Also, what I like about To Boot, New York, their particular boots are not crazy expensive. So a moderately priced boot. So, someone starting in their boot collection or wanting to get a nice boot, because again, it's To Boot, New York, a very urban, metropolitan vibe to it. So I like it. Had it about 7, 8 years already, and enjoy wearing it this time of year. Just the only caution I would say with that, obviously being suede, you kind of watch it if the rain becomes inclement with rain or snow like that. But any other time, fall, winter, it's a great boot to wear out.
Yeah, I personally am not a fan of suede because it's just too temperamental for the weather. Now, To Boot New York, is that an independent store or do you find that in a department store or?
Yeah, Two Boot New York is actually distributed at all major department stores. So you can find them in a Nordstrom's, Saks Fifth Avenue, Bloomingdale's. Those stores typically will carry To Boot New York. It's a well known brand for men's shoes. And again, as I said, most of those major specialty or retail stores, you can find that particular brand. So yeah, it's well recognized out there.
Now, is this considered a casual boot?
Yes, a casual boot, but again, as I mentioned, you could you could blaze it up, put a blazer on it, and a pair of slacks to go out on a date night, something like that, or to an event. Of course, again, on a casual or just to work, you can wear it, or even on a weekend. So you can kind of dress it up or dress it down. So
Is
it really
this a
can fit.
work day boot or a casual Friday boot?
It can be both. I've worn it actually to work with a pair of slacks and a blazer for a Tuesday, Wednesday, and into meetings and stuff. But then I also put it with jeans on a Friday for a casual Friday.
Next up, we have a pair of suede Ferragamo boots. I see the pattern here.
All righty. This is one of this particular boot I have from Ferragamo. Comes from their line of boots. Ferragamo makes three lines of shoes. They call it their basic line. Then they call them their classic line. And this line particularly comes from the line called Tremesa. And Tremesa, and that's Italian, so I'm not sure what that stands for or what it means. But that is their upper end line of shoe and boots. I purchased that boot about 7 years ago. I was really looking for another boot to add to the collection, something in a darker color so that would withstand a dirt, but also provide warmth. And again, kind of similar to the To Boot New York boot. Again, it's suede as well, so you have to keep in mind about weather conditions. But again, this boot is nice because you can wear it. Many times I've worn that with blazers and actually worn it with a suit. But again, I can dress it down on a Friday or out on the weekends, something like that. So it's pretty versatile in that area and extremely comfortable. Comes from Ferragamo. As if you've seen the previous video that we did on my favorite summer shoe collection, Ferragamo is my go-to brand. Kind of sprinkled in some other brands as we've kind of seen here and today and from my previous video. But that is my go-to brand, and that was actually my first pair of Ferragamo boots, and actually the only pair of Ferragamo boots that I own, at least right now.
Now, suede is temperamental. Is suede, would you say that's a classic material or like why suede?
Suede is a very individual, and in terms of your choice and your preference, if you like suede, I just like the feel of suede on my feet. I think it's it's just a warmth that it provides. It's comforting that to wear it in the wintertime, wear it in the fall. So I particularly like suede. I also have some, we'll see as we go through the rest of the collection this morning. Some of the other boots I have that are leather, but I like to sprinkle in suede too, because suede just kind of adds that little extra to it. So, but yeah, it's an individual preference thing.
Okay. And the next we have a pair of Tom Ford boots. I think these are our most recent acquisition.
Yep. So yeah, this particular boot is a Tom Ford half calf boot. A little lighter brown in terms of color. So you take a look at it, front, side here, and look at it. That boot, purchased this one last year in New York City. Very, very super comfortable. Now, what really attracted me to this particular boot was that it served two purposes immediately when I put it on, and I realized that this can be dressed up with a suit. You can dress it up with a blazer, but you also can dress it down with a pair of corduroys and/or jeans. So it's a dressy. Out of all the boots, I would say that's probably my most dressiest boot I own. It's suede and it's kind of the color is a little lighter than the chocolate brown one from the Ferragamo. It's a Tom Ford. I did not have any Tom Ford shoes or any Tom Ford items in my collection at all. So I wanted to try it out, and it's a super comfortable boot. As I said, it just does well if you really want to have a boot on and you want to wear it with a blazer. You want to put a suit on with it, which I wanted in that capacity this year and last year. So this will be getting a lot of use. I they call it use per wear or wear per use.
Cost per wear.
Cost per wear throughout the season. So yeah, that's actually one of my top favorites.
So next we have a pair of Christian Louboutins, otherwise known as red bottoms.
This is a shoe that I purchased 2 years ago, and this shoe is really a very dressy half calf boot. As you can see, it's got a real soft black leather half calf. What I really like about this boot out of the collection, out of really my entire collection, that particular boot, you can really dress it up. You can wear it with a suit. You can wear it with a blazer and slacks. I've worn that with a tuxedo jacket. It really does well if you really want to go out to an event and look really stylish, but not wear a shoe and have a boot on. And of course, being the Christian Louboutin, it has the red bottom, so it has that cachet and fanciness about it. So it's really a nice boot, but I would say that you probably don't want to wear it more than 6 hours. At least I know for me, it has the typical Christian Louboutin that you hear a lot about in terms of their shoes and boots being kind of narrow in terms of width. So your feet really start feeling it after a while. So.
And finally, we have these snakeskins by Vinci leather.
These are the fun half boot snakeskin leather by Vinci. It's really, I saw this boot, we were in the store a couple of years ago, and my wife was looking at a pair of shoes from the same shoe manufacturer. They make all kind of leather goods, in fact. And she was looking at a pair of women's shoes, and we got to the men's section, and I came across the snakeskin boots and saw them. I said, let me try them on. I tried them on and didn't want to take them off. I was so comfortable. I really like them. Snakeskin is one of the type of fabrics and materials that it gets a lot of conversation. So it's a great high conversation a boot where people talk about and ask questions about it. It's just really sharp, really sporty. I'd say it can be casual. I wouldn't say dressy, but if you do want to wear a blazer with it, you can still do that. But it's definitely a great boot to have in the collection, and that's one of my favorite.
I have to say this is one of Darryl's most complimented boots. Every time he wears them, someone kind of stops them and asks about them or compliments them. So it's a very well complimented boot, and one of my favorites as well.
Yeah, I really like that one, and I hope from all the boots you've seen in the collection today, you really enjoy and have questions on any of them. Feel free to leave your comments about a particular boot, more information about it, and really look forward to doing this. So we'll be doing more videos like this, so stay tuned and talk soon.
Well, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like this video. Comment down below if you have any questions. Let us know which was your favorite pair of boots, which was your least favorite pair of boots. And I will see you in the next video. Peace out.
Peace out.